painted the whole house, and without getting a drop of paint on anything but the flappin' flotsam. What's that?
Well, here we go. A video about Bubba Wallace. I never seen a Cup Series driver get this much hate before. Since Denny Hamlin in 2017. It started all the way back in 2020. But before we get to all of that, we gotta go through the history and then see how he got into the Cup Series. He started in the K&N East Series as a regional and development series driver for Rev Racing, and was signed as a development driver for Joe Gibbs Racing. And during his time in the series, he won 6 races, 2 in 2010, 3 in 2011, and 1 in 2012. And I'm not lying, just look at Racing Reference. In the same year, he drove for Joe Gibbs Racing in the Nationwide Series at Iowa. A year later, he started the Truck Series as a rookie and got his first Truck Series win at Martinsville.
For third and fourth back there, you see Brennan second. There's Jeb Burton, Ben Kennedy, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, all nose to tail.
Down the backstretch, Darrell Wallace Jr. almost a backstretch lead over second place Brendan Gaughan. Out of turn number 4, Darrell Wallace Jr. is going to get his first win in the Camping World Truck Series.
He stayed in the Truck Series for another year and won 4 races at Gateway, Eldora, Martinsville, and Homestead. Also in Martinsville, he ran a throwback to Wendell Scott and drove the 34. During 2014, he continued to race for JGR in the Xfinity Series and was horrible at Talladega but finished 7th at Daytona. But sponsorship was the main problem. He was supposed to drive for them, but since he didn't find sponsors for some races, he requested to leave the team. In 2015, he signed a deal with Roush Fenway Racing Xfinity Series program, and from 2015 to 2017, he would get less top 5s and more top 10s, and no wins at all. But in 2016, he made the playoffs by being consistent and was eliminated in the round of 8. In 2017, he only made 13 starts because after Pocono, he was let go by Roush Fenway Racing because of, once again, sponsorship. During his time in 2017, he made some starts with Richard Petty Motorsports at Kentucky and Pocono. He was substituting for the injured Eric Almirola, who'd been injured after the Kansas Spring race. So you know what? He had a new home. In 2018, he joined Richard Petty Motorsports. After Eric Almirola decided to leave the team to go with Stuart Haas Racing, he did well in the Great American Race, finishing 2nd after getting into Denny Hamlin. But during his rookie season, he was crap that year. He got 2 more top 10s at Texas in the spring and Phoenix in the fall. But that was about it. 2019 wasn't much better, but he's getting into some trouble.
Bubba Wallace and Kyle Busch beating and banging down the front stretch. A big shot by Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace says, I don't care, you're done. I'm sending you into turn 1 and listen.
I would say I will be having a conversation with Bubba Wallace. I think that was really not classy whatsoever. I understand that drivers have issues with each other during a race. We totally get that, but when a driver's on the ground being tended to by medical personnel, you need to be smarter than that. And we'll have that conversation with Bubba, and we'll see how that goes. And obviously prior to Dover.
Well, it's going to be a judgment call for sure. So I think that's something, as momentum builds, or if you see a trend and you've got to react, you do. We tend to trust the teams out there and the drivers maybe too much at times, but we'll certainly take a look at that. Obviously, didn't make a call during the race Sunday. And if it's something we've got to address, we'll talk to the drivers and race teams over the week, and if we need to address it, we will in the drivers' meeting ahead of Sunday's race and make sure that we're staying on top of that.
At the Roval, I get that he turned him, but just to splash him with water, even though there's AMR safety crew behind with Alex, it just ain't right. At Texas, it's straight up wrong. Back then, I just liked Bubba for a year, but I eventually got over it. Fans hated him, but not that big. Speaking of big, now we enter the 2020s. Oh my god. In May 2020, George Floyd was killed. Wallace began to speak out of the abuse of African Americans by the police and became part of the Black Lives Matter movement. In June, he called NASCAR to ban the Confederate flag that is placed in most races. Two days later, NASCAR listened and they banned the flag from their races. But now we get to the worst of it. Talladega. Before the race, Bubba Wallace believed that there was a nuisance in the Talladega garage. Before the race, pit crews, drivers, and team owners gathered around Bubba Wallace's car and pushed it to show solidarity, a gesture that drivers Jimmy Johnson and Cameron Harvick proposed. A day after the race, it was found out that it was just a rope from the garage door. I'm not kidding when I say that he got a ton of backlash for this, and I'm going to be the one to defend him with all of these lies. He's mid. I'm sorry, but this is just a complete lie. Ever since he joined 2311 Racing... Wait a minute. 2311 Racing? Let me search it up. 2311 Racing. Wait, what? Even after the Daytona 2018 Daytona 500, didn't he decide to sign him?
Coincidence? I think not!
Anyway, I'm off topic. Ever since he joined 2311 Racing, he's been consistent. Not winning, but getting close to making the playoffs. He made the playoffs in 2023 and made it through the round of 12. He led a ton of laps and had 2 wins at this time. In 2021, most of the field wrecked at Talladega. Rain came in and NASCAR was forced to make the call, and Bubba won. People have a problem with rain-shortened wins, but I don't. Yes, it sucks that it didn't run in a scheduled distance, but NASCAR can't do nothing about it. And no, waiting for hours to just the drivers to get in the car and just wreck themselves doesn't count. Bubba's win was supposed to shut the heaters, but it made it worse. In 2022, he won Kansas in the fall by dominating the final laps of the race. Not in the 23, but in the 45. Why the 45 though? Well, because Kurt Busch was injured for concussion-like systems. For once, the haters can't say anything negative about that win. Also, throughout his time at 2311 Racing, he gets screwed over by his pit crew. He led over 500 laps throughout his career. The word mid is just a stupid word. Whoever came up with that word is really proud of themselves by being complete idiots. Bubba Smollett. Okay, I am tired of that name, Bubba Smollett. You don't know what it means? Well, I don't know what it means either, so I searched it up, and it's an English and Scots surname, originally meaning a small head. I don't even know why they use this name. It makes him look like an idiot. He's a hot-headed. I mean, yeah, that is true, but I don't have a problem with drivers being a hot-headed. It's just when drivers just want to be hypocrites, like Austin Hill. Anyway, I'm off topic. Most of you people forget that he had the right to be mad. When his pit crew screws up, he gets mad. At the 2020 Bristol All-Star race, he was turned by Michael McDowell. In retaliation, he put the front bumper of his car in Michael's hauler. When Kyle Larson put him in the wall, he had the right to be mad. And recently, at the Chicago street race, he was turned by Alex Bowman, and after Alex Bowman won, he knocked Alex while Alex's hand was out the window. I mean, there are some counter arguments around these situations. The way Bubba wrecked Larson on the front stretch was uncalled for, and trying to find him was not a good look. Remember, the next-gen car was unsafe in his freshman year. When it was just a small tap or even a big hit, drivers will complain that how easy it is to get hurt. With the Alex Bowman one, Alex Bowman's hand was out the window. Yeah, that was a bit too dangerous. And no, I don't want to hear the Alien Suarez one because that's not the same thing. After those accidents, Bubba has really matured and learned from the Larson incident. As for the Bowman one, Alex said NASCAR shouldn't penalize him. But guess what? Yep, NASCAR penalized him because of the crummy fans. And you think it's just Elliott fans? No, it's not. There's other fans of that. But I'm getting off topic. And I don't have anything to say about the Bristol All-Star race incident. He had the right to be mad. Bubba had the right to be mad. And also, all the drivers have the right to be mad. If you call him a crybaby, then you look like an idiot. In conclusion, Bubba Wallace's success to get to the Cup Series gets overshadowed by his rivalries, politics, and track incidents. I get it, you don't have to like Bubba Wallace, but You can't just overshadow his success on the track. He's not a mid driver. Just because he doesn't have that many wins doesn't mean he's mid. If someone or some people screw him over, he has the right to be frustrated. And the name Smollett is just so stupid. If you people keep doing this, then you look like a complete idiot.
Alright, I get it!